Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Well, welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to CraftStash Live. I've got my very own launch this week. I'm really excited about this one. I absolutely adore it. I did pop a sneak peek on my own YouTube last night, and you may have been able to hear how excited I was. This is just absolutely beautiful. It's a collection that I've been wanting to do for a very long time, and the reason is that I want to give you really quick and easy cards to make, but also I love the images, they're stunning. So it's called the Wildflowers Collection. It's from Textures, of course. If you are new to either of the channels, hello to you. Welcome to CraftStash Live. Whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube, I will be looking at the comments from both platforms. We are going to be giving away the entire collection. I say we, I'm here on my own, but I'm going to be giving away the entire collection from CraftStash, of course, at the end of this hour. So I will ask a question in a little while. Keep your ear out for that. All you need to do is comment. It sounds very echoey in here today. I've moved a cabinet from behind the screen. That actually made my hand look really big. I apologise. And it's made it really echoey. So let me know if the sound's okay. Let me know if you can see me okay and everything like that. Now, I'm going to come to the products in a minute. I just need to run through a little bit of housekeeping for you. So these are the details. You've got the brand new Wildflowers Collection. There are 7 items in the collection. The lowest price one is £7.49. Now, if you're spending over £30 on any of the Wildflowers Collection, you will then get a pop-up at checkout that offers you the free stencil. Now, the stencil is really exciting. It's actually going to be the first thing I demonstrate because it's different. It's a layering stencil. There's nothing else that I've seen anywhere like it, and I'm really excited. When you've put lots into something, when you've designed something from scratch and you see it, a physical product, yeah, it's amazing. So I can't wait to show you that first. But you can get that for free if you're spending over £30 on anything else from the collection. Now, that's in the UK. If you're over in the US, because of currency conversion and things like that, you need to spend $50 to get your free gift. But you also need to put a code in at checkout. Now, the code did come out to you in your emails, but it also is on the home page on the US site as well. The code, I'm just going to check it to get it right for you. So if you are in the US and you're spending over $50, the code is Textures Gift. No brackets or anything, just Textures Gift. Like I say, it's on the home page, so you'll be able to get that absolutely spot on, and you'll get your free stencil coming out to you as well. Now, also, if you are in the UK and you're spending over £30, you're going to get free delivery as well. So absolute bonus. And of course, don't forget, we've always got the option of things like ClearPay, so you can spread the costs, and really important this time of year, isn't it? We also don't use Royal Mail at the moment. We know there's some issues with those. We use couriers, and you can opt to use the next day delivery service. I think it's something like £5.99, but you will get your items the very next day, which again, this time of year, absolute bonus. Now, I'm going to be talking about lots of the other things that CraftStash offer while we go through the products, but you're here for inspiration and you're here to see the products. So do you want to come straight down to my desk and I'll show you exactly what you could be spending that £30 or $50 on, what you'll be getting, and what you could be making with it as well. I'm going to say hello to a few people actually while you just have a little look. Linda Emery, we're over on, I think I'm on YouTube here, or I'm on Facebook. Okay, so get it right. Marie Bland, hello to you. Linda Emery, hello to you too. She's loving the new collection. Thank you so much. Nova Blackburn, this looks like a lovely collection. Do wish it wasn't so near Christmas. I know. This is why we're offering you things like CraftPay. We should call it CraftPay, ClearPay, for crafty things. Hello to Lynn Price as well. Christine Howard, lots of names that I recognise. You join us every week. We're really grateful. Popping over to YouTube as well. Don't want to miss anyone out. Oh, blimey, they're all scrolling. Fifi Stamper, hello to you as well. I've got Granny Annie 40. I'm afraid I do need to use handles on YouTube. Louise Noah, nice easy one. Hello to you as well. Kathy Greer, is that how I'm saying your name? I hope so. You'll know who you are. From the USA. Lovely to see you, not just in the UK. People from all over the world. So this is the collection. Like I say, there's 7 items. I'm really giddy about this one. I do get giddy now and then, but I'm usually quite calm. But yeah, I'm giddy about this. I'm so excited because the way this came about, the reason this came about is I've always loved silhouettes. The reason being because I'm not a huge fan of fussy cutting or fussy colouring, as in alcohol pen colouring, pencil colouring. I enjoy it for a relaxation technique. I don't enjoy it if I'm in a hurry to create a card and I need to be colouring in 3 stamped images or whatever it may be to be able to create that card. I want something super quick, and this is what I'm offering you here. So these are all super duper quick cards. Nothing here took me longer than about 10 minutes. Honestly, I'm not joking. I'm going to do some techniques for you today and show you how quick everything is. So with silhouettes, they're just black. They can be more if you want them to be more, but they're just black. So this is where Wildflowers comes into its own. It's making really, really quick cards for you in absolutely no time at all. We've got dies, we've got stamps, we've got the stencil as well, we've got sentiments, and we've got papers. Now the papers, I'm going to skip to the papers because they often get left behind as a last minute sort of thing, or when the papers match. But no, these are generic papers. You can use these with absolutely any other theme, any collection, because there's no print on them, there's no wording on them. They are just beautiful backgrounds that you're going to be able to put your silhouettes onto or die cut from if you want to as well. They are absolutely perfect, as you can see, for stamping silhouettes onto. They're all used in the backgrounds of my cards here. They're just absolutely ideal. That is gorgeous. I love, love, love that one. That's what I've used on this card. Look at that. So from this one piece of paper to that with a stamped image on top, it is the same. Look, it is still A5. It just looks bigger because I've cut it down to a square, but it's simply black stamping on top, and that's what I love about silhouettes. Okay, just flick through to make sure I've shown you everything. There's that one as well, and then you've got the beautiful pale rainbows. Is that all of them? I think that's all of them. These are a little bit muddled up because I've been using them, but beautiful rainbow papers, A5. They're 170 GSM. You'll just use them all the time, but you do get those in the collection. Now the collection is $72.49 for everything, so fantastic prices, which is what I love about all the CraftStash own brands, is the fact that because we're sourcing them, we're designing them, we can offer them to you at lower prices than what we call third parties, so other companies can. So shall I now start with the craft products? So we've taken a look at this, so let's just look at this one quickly. So the main silhouettes, our wildflowers. In fact, that's going to be my question today. Is there a wildflower, or is there a flower that you really, really love and maybe people aren't so keen on? Mine has got to be the dandelion clocks. I love dandelion clocks. I think they're absolutely beautiful. When you're doing your garden, is there something maybe you leave alone? Maybe it's not flowers, maybe it's some insects or bugs that everybody else calls pests and they want rid of, but you like to keep. Let me know in the comments, and I will choose somebody from the comments towards the end to win this entire collection. And don't worry if you've already purchased it, put it into your basket, whatever it may be. If you have already bought it, we will refund you if you are our winner. So there's 3 different silhouettes on here, and you can mix and match them. You can build them up together if you want to. We've got the tall one, which is what you can just see here. So beautiful wildflowers there. You've got the bumblebees as well, or the honeybees as well. There's a mixture of 3 there. They are all different sizes. They're individual stamps as well, so you can separate them. And you've got your dandelion clocks blowing in the breeze. Again, I'm bringing this card in because you can see how I've mixed those 2 stamps that I've just spoken about. I've layered one on top of the other to make this a really large image. And then here we've kind of got our grasses. Could be a field of wheat if you wanted to do them for harvest and autumn time, something like that. They could just be grass, whatever it may be. But again, just stamping them in black on a bright colour is absolutely perfect and so, so quick. Just catching up with the comments. Snuffy Snoo, lovely name. OMG, these papers are insane. Thank you so much. Louise loves dandelions as well. She says there's something special about wildflowers. There is, and they're a flower at the end of the day. They're I say a living, breathing thing. They're a living thing. They need sunlight, they need water. They're a living thing. And yeah, I just think they're all beautiful in their own way. Hence the name Wildflowers. Had to be a collection. Now this panel die was one of the first items that I actually designed in the collection, knowing that I wanted to go for silhouettes. I really like this. This reminds me of when I used to go into, we have a lot of woodland near where I live. This part of the country has lots of woodlands, heaths, things like that. We used to go into the forests, into the woods and make dens, and we used to peek through the twigs, the branches, the leaves, to see people walking past. We'd be really quiet and they wouldn't know we were there. And this kind of reminds me of sitting in one of those dens looking through. We've got the greenery here, but this greenery could be flowers, it could be just branches and twigs, it could be Christmassy if you do it browns, greens, reds, things like that, with maybe little bits of snow on. Just show you the size of this. It is 5 by 7. It's a fantastic size. It's a solid plate. It goes through the Big Shot. In fact, I should have time. Yeah, I'll have time. I'll cut this on my smaller Big Shot. So it's the one that's about A5 in size. You don't need the large plate machines for this, which is handy. It cuts absolutely beautifully as well, and then you get the option of the outline frame too. The reason being is because this doesn't have the outer frame all the way along the outer edge, so it will cut into your cardstock and remain in your cardstock until you cut it out. Now you can use this, and this leaves quite a chunky frame. Let me just show you like so. I hope you can see that, but you can trim it smaller if you want to as well. I'll get to demo really quickly if I can. Lisa T, she needs the papers and the dandelions. Yeah, honestly, the two together, such quick cards. Again, stay tuned everybody for the entire hour, because I'm going to demonstrate as much as possible with this. The Clouds Stencil, this is the one, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is the freebie today. It is a freebie. It's $7.49 if you're purchasing it on its own. When you see it being used and you see the possibilities with it, hopefully you will love it as much as I do. I remember spending hours and hours designing this. Did it on the computer, obviously, but to get it right, it took so long, but we got there. I say we got there, I got there with a glass of something. I got there eventually. So yeah, really happy with that. I'll show you that first demonstration, how that works. But here is an example. Here's two examples. So there's one example. That background has been created using the stencil there. So you can see the clouds in the sky, the depth you get. And there's one with a night sky as well. So you can do daytime, you could do nighttime, you could do sunrise, sunset. You could do multiple different colours for your sky. It's entirely up to you. Now, as you saw here, you've actually got large sentiments in this collection. So let's move on to those next. You've got 4 large sentiments. They do work really well. It's so echoey in here. It's crazy. I need to put something on that back wall again now. They do work really well on their own and with this collection as well. So even if you're not buying anything else from the entire collection, but you like these, things like Birthday Love and Wild and Free, can absolutely use these all the time. Time flies. I thought that's going to work really well with, so you've obviously got your dandelion clock being blown in the wind. We've also got the bees. We've got a dandelion. We have got dandelions. We've got a dragonfly and we've got a butterfly as well. So the phrase time flies is just going to work really well with those. Oh, and we've got birds, flying birds, a flock of birds as well. So it all works. The sky is the limit, obviously ties in with that clouds background perfectly. As you could see there, I did put the sky is the limit on there. Perfect if you're celebrating something, wishing someone luck, congratulating them, whatever it may be. My daughter's going through all sorts at the moment, being driving test age, being applying for universities and doing her interviews and things like that. So that is just something that I would actually frame and give to her as a gift like that, to just inspire her and motivate her all the time. But anyway, so you've got all sorts in here. You're going to see these. So let's have a look at this one. You've got Birthday Love there, just in white. Look, they're bold, they're big, they're bold, they are really beautiful. Wild and Free is possibly my favourite there. Love that. And that again, super quick with that die, the backing paper, and then the white sentiment. Time flies there as well. I've shown you the sky's the limit. I've got another Birthday Love here on this one, where I've cut out the red separately and just layered that on top to give that card a little pop of colour, and those dandelion stamps there as well. We'll come to Little Butterfly in just a second. In fact, we'll do that now. So they're the word dies, and then we've got this set. So this set is, I'll go through some more comments in a moment. Thank you so much to everybody who is commenting. Oh, you will see links, by the way. I know certainly there's one on YouTube or Facebook, I can't remember, but I'm sure Hillary's watching. She can add links if need be that link directly to the collection, so you can go and browse on there if you want to. But I'd appreciate it if you left it till the end of the hour so you could watch the demos, but you can always come back and watch these later on if you need to. So the bundle, these two items are £20.99 for both of them. They are also available individually as well, so you don't have to buy them as a bundle. Now, what I love about this is, like I say, they're completely separate. You can use them on their own. Let's look at the dies first. So you've got, this is the Wildflowers die, the main border die, and that is going to create for you this border that you can see running along here, and you can duplicate that, you can add that up. Let's just bring in, there's an art journal page. I've started this, haven't quite finished it, but you can see it running along the bottom there. I did do a card for Craft World. Where did you go? Oh, it's all the way up there. I can't quite reach it. So lots of cards using that border. You've also got the butterfly and the dragonfly in here. So the dragonfly's on here. You can see the size of it, and it's so delicate and detailed because you get all the veins of the wings peeking through there too. The butterfly coordinates with the stamp, so they look smaller on the packaging, but they're actually really, really big dies because the butterfly cuts this out perfectly. Now what I wanted was for the die to cut this out without an outline, so you get this effect, so you get the stamping all the way up to the edge. And I've just made this really cute little card using that die and that stamp and the pattern papers, those ombre papers in the background. Again, so ridiculously quick to make that card was, and I just love it. The little plaque on there, that's included in the dies as well. It has got 37. It's just a random number. There's no need, no reason for that number. But you've also got things like ink splats in the dies. You've got little tags with stitch detail as well, and you've got tag tops to create that kind of the slanted top of a tag with the hole in. And then within the stamps, you obviously have your butterfly. You can stamp that. You don't have to always cut it out with the dies. You've got some great sentiments in here as well. So capture the moment, nature's canvas. Every achievement begins with a single step. Create something beautiful every day and celebrate being you, because I really wanted to make sure that we're covering lots of different occasions and also very random occasions that you might send cards or well wishes for, that things like happy birthday, happy anniversary just don't cover. We've got backgrounds here as well. We've got the brick wall, we've got the numbers background, lots of randomized different size numbers. We've got that flock of birds here too as well. I really like that. That works really well when you team it with things like the dandelions, just having them in the background there, and some other sentiments and bits on there just as additional pieces filling up the space for you. And then we've got the papers. So I think that's everything. That's all of the 7 items. I'm going to go straight into demonstration. I hope you can stay with me. Please do let me know in the comments, and I'm trying to read them. I love that I've got so many comments, and I apologize I can't read them all at the same time. Let me see. Oh, lots of people talking about, oh, bluebells, bluebell woods. Yes, I've got bluebell woods near me. Yeah, I used to go running through them. Since I've been doing my house, I've not been running. But yeah, I used to run through bluebell woods. They are absolutely beautiful. The sun is now starting to come out. Here we go. Try and get away from that. Thank you, Karen. The dragonfly is gorgeous. Thank you so much. Louise Noah loves thistles. They remind me of a nan who's passed away. Oh, so sorry. So pretty in her eyes. They are. Thistles are beautiful. The purples are gorgeous. The cloud stencil is super, so useful for all kinds of backgrounds, from Nova Blackburn. Yes, Nova, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to look at that now. So let me just double check on Facebook as well. Marie Bland, thank you so much. Simone James, hello to you too. Oh, she's on her way to, on her way back to Ireland from the Netherlands. Hope you had a lovely time. Kathy as well, Kathy Sunderland. Will you be willing to sell in Southern Ireland? You need to bring that up with customer services, Kathy. If you ask them, drop them a question at customer service at craftstash.co.uk, and they can answer any questions about that. Apologies, I don't ship out myself, but I'm sure they will be able to answer that for you and let you know how. We do ship all over the world, so I'm sure we can do it one way or another. So let's bring in the stencil first of all, because I did promise you this is the one I'm most excited about. This is the one I'm going to demonstrate first of all. Let's just pop these up in the sunshine. It's nice to see the sun. We are promised here in the UK, we are promised much colder and icier weather over the next few days or week, I believe. So for this, you're going to need at least 2 inks. They can be ink sprays. I'm going to use blending inks. I'm going to use my Creative Craft Products blending brushes, and then I've got Distress Oxides. You can use any blending ink you prefer. You can go with any colours as well. Now, the obvious choice is going to be a blue for blue sky and a grey to add shadows to clouds, but I do like to give a little bit of variation to the skies. So I'm going to recreate this one here for you, but it's really fun to experiment, as I showed you here, with different colours. So let me do the demonstration of this one first, and then I'll explain to you how I got the night sky, because it will become more clear. Now, when you look at the stencils, there's 2. They're A6 in size. One has bolder and bigger gaps than the other. So if we look at this one, you notice that one's got finer detail in it than this one. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bolder one. What this one does And once you put it down onto your, should we do it this way or this way? Let's do it this way. Once you put it down onto your cardstock, you'll kind of realise that one is actually giving you the ability to add colour to the sky and leave the clouds plain. The other one actually fills in detail in the clouds, so you'll soon work it out if you forget. But this tutorial, this live as such, is always going to be available for you to rewatch here on YouTube and Facebook. But also I have got on my channel and also on the CraftStash product pages very soon, we've got tutorials that are going to be on there for you to watch to show you how to do this. So don't panic about remembering it all or writing anything down right now. So I'm going to start with the blue because, as I say, you start with your sky colour, and I want my sky colour to be varying colours. So I'm going to blend from blue into pink. So I'm going to do the opposite of this one. I'm going to do blue up to pink, so blue at the bottom. Now, if you look, the edge that's got the most of a straight line against it, I'm not sure how well you can see that actually because it's white on white, but the edge that has almost all of the edge showing there, that's the base of the clouds. So I'm going to start here. Now I'm going to overlap the edge of my stencil. That's fine, I can do that. I'm going to trim it all down afterwards. Try to either stick your stencil down with a repositionable stencil spray, if you've got something like that, or I just like to use this. This is the CraftStash low tack tape. It's really, really inexpensive, but it comes with the dispenser as well. I think you get 3 rolls, $4.99 with the dispenser. It's an absolute bargain. So I use that to hold my stencils down, and it works really well. So again, using the blending brushes as well, I'm just going around in circles, filling in that detail. Now already you can start to see where your sky will be and where your clouds will be. So whatever colour you are blending onto, that is the colour that your clouds will be. You're not going to be touching that. So that will be the base colour for your clouds. So I've started with white cardstock. My clouds will be a nice bright white. If you wanted to go for a moodier, sort of a grey sky, or even a pink, if you want pink clouds, it's possible. You can use a pale pink background and that will give you pink clouds. So then I'm going to go in with a pink because I want my sky to be pink. And I'm going to start at the top and I'm just going to blend my way down into the blue. Now, because you're not doing one solid panel of blending here either, it does make it easier. I'm overlapping by about 1 inch, I suppose, giving me a bit of a purpley colour in between the two. There we go. Very, very quick and easy. Now, you'll see when I remove that, you can already see because the stencil's there. There we have, first of all, our sky with our clouds. So we've got the sun shining on it, so let me just lift it up. There we go. So starting to come together, but this is where it really, really comes together. Now lay your next stencil over the top and you can clearly see where to lay it as well. It's really obvious how to line it up exactly the same. So you've now got gaps and we're going to fill these in with a pale grey, and I'm going to use pumice stone. Okay, just making sure that just make sure we're all live and we're all okay and the people are still okay and watching and connected, because I do get carried away when I'm on my own, just carried away crafting, and picking up a bit of grey and just go over everything, the entire stencil. If you were really clever and you had the time and you wanted to, you could do a bit of an ombre effect with the shading in the clouds as well, but I don't think it's necessary. It might look really cool, but I don't think it's necessary. So I'm talking, obviously you could probably whip through this a lot quicker without explaining what you're doing. Now the grey is very subtle, but it does make all the difference to really bringing these clouds to life, and you wouldn't believe how long it took us, or it took me and my dog on my lap, to work out where all the cloud shadows would need to be to make it look realistic. So just finishing off at the bottom here. Obviously at the base of the image there's more gaps in the stencil for you to ink through. There we go. I think that's pretty much it. So like I say, a very pale colour. Excuse me, clear my throat. But hopefully, there we go, tilt it that way. You can see now the detail you've got, the shadows you've got in those clouds. I need to clear my throat. I'm trying to do it subtly, but it's not happening. Okay, so let's put that to the side. Let's just trim this out now. So I'm going to trim all the way around the edge. Always looks better when it's been trimmed away. 100%. And then we're just going to quickly stamp one of those silhouettes over the top to show you how quick and easy any card using the Wildflowers collection can be. absolutely any of them. They're all super quick. You can go into detail with them if you wanted to. If you wanted to fussy colour some of the die cuts or into some of the stamped images, you can do, absolutely, but I am more than happy myself not to worry. Now what I'm going to do is place this inside my stamping platform. So I've now got the pink at the top and the blue at the bottom, whereas this one, I did it the other way round. This one, my night sky, same technique, if you can see behind it. Starting base cardstock was the pale blue. So I put my mask down and I inked through this kind of royal blue, the darker blue in there. And before I removed my stencil, I flicked white ink over it to give us stars in the sky. Removed the first stencil, put the second one down, and I went through with a much darker grey. It was actually black soot, which comes out as a very dark charcoal grey, and that's just given us that night sky instead. I want to experiment with dark blues and purples in the sky, things like that too, but that's, you know, there's so much I want to do with this collection, and there's only so much time. Now I have to apologise because the lovely Sarah Jane Smallwood has created the most amazing examples using this collection. She has done beautiful, beautiful samples, and unfortunately they didn't quite reach me on time for today. I managed to get I got one of the dreaded cards from the post office yesterday to say they've taken it back to the sorting office, and I was like, no, it didn't quite reach me. So I will be sharing images of those as soon as I've got them. But if you go onto the CraftStash product page, and when you hover over, you see images of things that have been made using the products. A lot of those beautiful samples are from Sarah Jane Smallwood. So thank you so much for doing those, Sarah. I really, really love them, and I'm just absolutely gutted that I couldn't have them here today to use, but I will be sharing them as soon as I get them. I'll make sure that I'm sharing them with everybody as well. So just lining up my dandelion stamp over my sky there. I'm just going to ink this. I don't need to go all the way to the bottom. They are nice big stamps. They're going to be a focal point on any card. So let's just press that down. I'll get a little bit on the background of my stamping platform, but I can wipe that away later. It's fine. I'll just wash it away. With this, I'm using the Creative Craft Products stamping platform. Sam and I did a live, it was a really fun live actually last week, and we did discuss this platform and things like the trimmers and such from Creative Craft Products, which we love. So yeah, if you don't have one already, it's well worth grabbing. See there already, I'm building up a very, very quick card. You simply need to put a sentiment there and you're done. If it's something like sympathy, this would be absolutely perfect. And don't forget, I know a lot of people are festive at the moment, they're thinking about Christmas. But these sorts of cards, birthdays, anniversaries, well done, congratulations, they come all year round. So this is not a seasonal collection. This is one that you're going to just be bringing out time and time again. You can see that there with the dandelions in the wind. You could put some of the birds in the background as well, the bumblebees, whatever it may be. Yeah, really, really love that stencil. I hope you all like it just as much. Rena Haas says, this one is on her wish list. Oh, lovely. Aisha, she loves the stencil. I'm really glad. Really glad. Stencils. Oh, and Angela Kingston, those clouds are amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm really glad you like it. Really, really pleased. Let's just pop this to the side. Pop that on there. So, see, this is me. This is me when I'm when I'm in a hurry. Let's just wipe that. What should we demonstrate next? Let me see. Shall we just do, while I've got my stamping platform, shall we do a very, very quick card? A very quick card. That's what this collection's all about, is super quick cards. Let's see how quickly I can do this. So I've got, this is probably actually, I love bright colours, but this is one of my favourite pattern papers from the pattern paper pack. I just love how bright it is, and the colour, the orange and the blue, two colours I wouldn't usually put together, but it is a bit like a dusk sunset, isn't it? It could be the other way around, it could be a sunrise, I guess, but I just feel like it's an autumn summer sort of sunset. Yeah, really beautiful. So I'm just marking this paper to fit onto a black card base that I've got. Black is an essential colour here with cardstock. If you don't have any black cardstock at home, we have got some creative cardstock. It's actually been developed with Sheena. She has worked really hard to make sure the black cardstock that we offer you under the brand of Creative Craft Products. I'm just going to bring mine in here. just here. This is what I've used for all my samples. It die cuts absolutely beautifully. As you can see here, I've used it for this. It die cut first time through. I didn't have to go through anymore. It cuts stunningly. It's also smooth, so you can stamp, you can heat emboss onto it, you can pressure emboss with the embossing folders. It's still a good enough weight, because it's 260 GSM. It's a good weight for your card bases as well. So yeah, it's a fantastic all-rounder. It's well worth popping that into your basket too. But this is going to be my card base. Now, if I'm doing a card base, what I'd usually then do later on is cut a white insert to pop into there, or use a white gel pen if I'm just penning a little note. Onto here, I'm going to add, let's just add a quick stamp. Let's do this one. So along with the dandelions, we've also got these wildflowers, the really tall wildflowers. This one here, it's a stunning image. It's really, really beautiful. I love it. I'm just going to offset it so it's just on the side and peeking in there. Shall we do, let's not do the bumblebees. Let's add in, I've got this stencil, it's got a bit of tape on it and it's getting stuck to everything. Don't forget to answer the question, everybody. What things, there you go, there's the birds. What things do you love that maybe other people don't? So for example, wildflowers. Some people love wildflowers, some people think they're a nuisance, they just don't want them in their garden. What is it that you love? Is there an insect or a bug that you love to see, you love to keep and feed and home, and other people don't? Still a pest? Is there a flower that you absolutely love that most people don't? Whatever it may be, let me know in the comments. Someone is going to win the entire collection. Now, if you are not the lucky winner of the collection today, you can all go over to the CraftStash chat group on Facebook. Oh no, I just moved my paper. You can go over there and there is a chance to win that bundle of the stamp and die set that coordinate. I think that'll still be okay. That is worth £20.99. You can win that collection, that bundle over there. So when you go onto the CraftStash chat group on Facebook, it's actually pinned at the top of the page. So you'll be able to see that. Now see, that looks beautiful on its own. Just the birds on their own look absolutely stunning. And you could just do that with a simple sentiment if you need a really simple card. Let me take these off and put that stamp back. I did have the stamp, there it is, because I'm going to overlap them onto the birds slightly so it looks as if they're coming out, flying from sort of behind. And I'm making sure these two edges I've overlapped the stamp ever so slightly too. It just makes the card kind of feel more harmonious, brings it together, because it then blends into the black border that we've got too, so you don't have any awkward edges or anything like that. Lots and lots of ink. I'm using VersaFine. You can use Memento, whatever your favourite detail black ink is. I personally wouldn't recommend, unless you don't have anything else, stamping with a distress ink or a distress oxide for these detail silhouette stamps, because the colours are beautiful, but the inks pool on the stamps because they're blending inks, they're water reactive and such. They're not made for sitting on photopolymer stamps. So you're better off with your detail ink for these to get a really solid image. But you may, like me, do you know what, I don't need to. I was going to re-ink and re-stamp that, but I don't need to. Look, that's just stamped absolutely beautifully. First time. Where is my stamp? Trying to put things back as I go. Now I'm chatting a lot about this, but already we've got a background there that's just so quick to do. Oh, I do need this again because I'm going to stamp again. I'm going to stamp a sentiment. I'm going to take it from here. So we've got capture the moment. I need to think about the width. So we've got celebrate being you. I think celebrate being you. I'm not even sure if I've used this one from this set yet. So I might just prep this one. If you've never seen me prep a stamp, it's very, very easy. All I tend to do is rub a pencil eraser over it. There we go. I'm sure I have used it, but I do usually have two sets. So I have kind of a practice set and then a demonstration set. So just take a pencil eraser with any new stamp, okay, and just... I'm really gutted because I actually moved things around in the studio, which is what's made it echoey a little bit. so that I could block the sunlight. And then I moved a bit yesterday for some reason. I had to move a little bit, and I've moved it right where the sunlight is here. Look, I didn't put it back, so now I've got an echo and I've still got sunlight coming through. Oh, the joys. I'll go back to the details for all this collection after this demonstration, but I have got another demonstration for you as well. I want to die cut that panel and show you how well that cuts as well. But there's lots to get through, lots and lots. Celebrate being you. That just stamps beautifully, doesn't it? So much detail. Typical kind of textures font there with the almost typewriter font. I love it. Okay, now I need to just pop this into my trimmer. Nikki Short, I just love sitting and watching and coming across the bugs that people run away from, just seeing what they're up to. Oh, do you know what? I do that with spiders. Most of you probably know, if you follow me on my own personal social media, that we've just bought a house, and it is a renovation house. It's a mess. It needs completely gutting and renovating. We're doing that, and obviously we're coming across a lot of bugs. We also came across a deceased rat in the loft, but that's another story. But a lot of bugs, and yeah, it's fascinating just sitting and watching them, isn't it? And just seeing, you know, why are people so scared of you, really? Look, you're not doing any harm, are you? Look at that. Just celebrate being you. What I'm going to do is mat that onto a little bit of black as well. I like the white pop against everything as well, actually. So although I am going to mat it onto, where's my CraftStash glue? There you are. I'm going to mat it onto black, but I'm probably not going to do the edges. I'm going to have it run off the edge of the card as white. I've just left the lid off my glue. I need to kick myself not do that. So CraftStash glue is brilliant, and it's a really good price. I've got a feeling it's $2.99 for the glue, each of the glue sticks. They are double-ended, so you get the wide spread at one end, and you also get the fine applicator at the other end. I'm just doing a fine border here, just enough to make that stand out, and then pop that. Do you know what? I'm not going to pop it in my trimmer because the glue's still wet. I'm going to use my scissors. I'm going to be brave. So yeah, fascinating watching. Have you ever actually watched a spider? It's not everyone's choice, but have you ever watched a spider, maybe from the other side of a window, watch it spin its web? I mean, really, it's fascinating. They work so hard, and they're beautiful, really, aren't they? Again, not ideal. Not everybody loves them. I get that. I appreciate that. But yeah, I do. I like to look. I don't particularly like spiders near me, but I like any bug. I'd rather they weren't sitting on me. But yeah, and wildflowers, dandelions are absolutely my favourite, always have been. And ever since I started crafting and started designing craft products, dandelion is something that I've always wanted to create a stamp of. So this is why I'm so excited about this collection. Let's just pop that on there. Let's see. Marie's just evicted a cricket from her bedroom. Now, Marie, where are you living? I've got a feeling you're Australia way, but I may be completely wrong, because I do get these things wrong very often. Where are you living? People saying hello to everybody. I love that. Yeah, bedroom. Not so keen on the whole things in my bedroom. Bees and dragonflies are up there with butterflies. Also birds. I have a robin. You have a robin, Pauline, who calls for his breakfast every day. Oh, and you love anything to do with nature. I love that. A robin, does he come all year round? He or she? Come all year round, just in the winter, this winter maybe. So putting that about a quarter of the way up the card. There we go. Let's put that there. Turn this over. By turning this over, I can make sure I cut really neatly along the edge. I'm cutting through 2 layers of cardstock as well, so I need to be careful. Make sure that's still straight while the glue's drying. And one more there. There we go. How quick was that for a card? Really, really super duper quick, isn't it? So we've already done our clouds background. We've got our silhouettes on both of these. So that's the pattern paper background. The pattern papers are honestly the quickest you can use. Let's do one of those. Let's die cut one of those, actually, the pattern papers. Shall we do the panel, the large panel? Because this one, often I will personally look at panels and think, well, how well will that actually cut? Because it's a large panel. Let's show you. Let's just slap it right in the middle. And another little bit of tape, there it is, on this side. Oh, I actually had a bit of tape on there already. And let's bring my die cutting machine in. Pop that stencil out of the way now. Tidy up as I go. So how long have we got? I've just moved my mat. 20 minutes. So I don't know whether we'll need 20 minutes, but either way, make sure you're getting your comments in, because I will be choosing someone at the end of this live to win the entire collection. And if you do win, I would absolutely love to see what you make with the collection as well. I love it whether you win it or whether you purchase it. I love to see what you make. We all do at CraftStash. Yeah, it makes us really excited when you actually send us things, say, oh look, I've made this. It makes our days. So either on our CraftStash social pages, if you join the CraftStash chat group, you can show us over there as well. Look at this, it's all just falling out, which is the idea, by the way. It's not an issue. Look at that, all the pieces have just come out. The die's nice and clean. Save my tape. There, put that back there. These are lovely, lovely bright rainbow coloured pieces that I kind of don't want to throw away, but at the end of the day they are scraps. Unless I put them into a shaker or something like that. Most of them are too small to do anything with. I've got a couple of small bits in here, just a few small edges. And there we go. Oh, a few more in the middle here. These are the tiny, tiny little bits, so just pop your pokey tool in there. And 1, 2. Actually, when you start looking closely at these, oh, there is a bit of detail in there, but you don't see it at first. And a few bits down here, but you can see how everything has just cut absolutely perfectly. And I ran it through once. I didn't even go forward and backwards, which is what I would usually do. So let's put this onto black. Look at that. That is just, love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to cut this down. Now you could use the frame, but I want a slightly smaller border. So let's pop this in here. I want to make sure, I talk to myself a little bit, but I want to make sure that this is straight. There we go. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and again in here, this is why I love the Creative Craft Products trimmer. We talk about this brand a lot. Do you know what? I think that's a bit big. I think that border's a bit big. We talk about this brand a lot because it is one of the exclusive brands at CraftStash. All the designers use the Creative Craft Products items. Yeah, and we genuinely do love them, use them all the time. Now I'm cutting a nice fine border on this. I want it to be really delicate. Look at that. I can just put that on there. You can have this either way up as well. You can have it up one way, up the other way, or you can have it this way. If you want to be really fancy, you can cut that into your card base here and then place the colour over the top. In fact, that's what I did here for this card here. So I cut it into the white card base with no frame. I then cut out a bit of coloured paper and glued it directly over the top, and then I just put my sentiment and such over the top as well. So that's that. Now I think I would probably trim this down ever so slightly, so let's just do it. Should we do it by eye rather than worrying about yeah, about there. Don't worry about measuring. I don't really measure anything at all. I think that's why I love things like mixed media. It's very relaxed. Oh, you can also have this, did I tell you? You could have this card horizontal too. This panel doesn't have a right way round either way. So let's make a card that is horizontal. We'll put that on there that way round. And then we just need a sentiment on top. So we've got these wonderful big sentiments to choose from. Like I say, Wild and Free is up there with my favourites of them all because they're a little bit different. And what I love about it is that you've got the ampersand that cuts out, but you've got all 4 different sentiments. You have got 4. There's one stuck in there. The Sky is the Limit, Time Flies, Birthday Love, and then Wild and Free. This is a nice solid cardstock. It's a nice bright white that's going to really stand out against the black and the colour. So pop this in. So does anyone have any questions? I say that as if I've actually got time to properly look at the comments while I'm doing things. Does the black cardstock score well for 3D projects? Yes, it does, absolutely. It scores beautifully. It doesn't do, or from my experience, it doesn't do any of the sort of the creasing or the buckling that you sometimes get. Thank you, Rena and Maria, saying they like the wording on the sentiments. Yeah, the black, honestly, the black cardstock, and it's a really, I think it's something like £7, £7.99, something like that, for the pack of black cardstock that I showed you earlier under the Creative Craft products range. Well worth grabbing that. As I say, Sheena Douglas, she did test the cardstock out. There's black and there's white and there's watercolour as well under that range, and Sheena worked really hard to make sure that it was all absolutely perfect for you, because she knows her cardstock better than anyone else. So yeah, she did a really good job at testing that, putting it through its paces and making sure that we chose the perfect cardstock for you. So there we go. Now, did you know, everybody, people saying, oh, I love this, I need to put it on my Christmas list, things like this. Did you know that you can create a wish list on CraftStash? And did you know that that wish list can then be sent, it can be forwarded to your friends and family? So when people say to you, what do you want for Christmas? And you've no idea, I need to use this glue. You can send them, you can email them your wish list, or you can email it to yourself and then send it on to them if you'd rather do it that way, whatever it may be. And they can literally go click the links and buy you your favourite items from CraftStash. And that can be anything from sort of £2.99 goodies like your glues, all the way up to big machines. And of course, if people want to purchase you a big machine, say you've got a birthday and Christmas coming up near each other, they could buy you a joint present, or a group of people can buy you a joint present, and somebody could just use the ClearPay option to spread the payments. Absolute bargain. So I know what I'm doing this year for my birthday, which is a little way off. Oh look, I've just put glue on my background, but it'll dry clear, so it's fine. Let's take, here you go, bit of kitchen towel, dab that down, it's all good. There we go. So that on there, I will pop that on there. What I'll probably do is I will cut that with, could do it that way, or we could do it this way actually. I will cut that with the white adhesive, the foam adhesive that we have at CraftStash, just to lift that up a little bit. I mean, how beautiful is that? I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm absolutely thrilled. And do you know what? We've only got a few minutes left. I'm going to come back. I may have ink or glue or something on my face. But hi, I'm still here. We have got, so here's all the details for everything. If you're just joining us, this has been the launch of the Textures Wildflowers collection. Really, really happy with this, and I love that it's not festive, because I'm pretty much all Christmased out already, and it's nice to step away from that, isn't it, for a little while, and do something that you're going to use all year round. You're going to use it for birthdays, for anniversaries, for when you're celebrating other things, random things like driving tests and school leavers and university graduation, all these different things. So yeah, it's really, really nice. And the point is, Wildflowers Collection is going to make really quick cards. Some of us love our crafting, we love taking our time crafting, I get that, but sometimes you do need really quick cards. I mean, you saw these. How long did these ones take me to make? I mean, I know I need to map that onto a card base, put a sentiment on, but again, this one, I've got to glue my sentiment down, but they're no time at all, and that's the idea. All of these, absolutely no time at all. Simple stamped sentiments, or sorry, silhouettes, stamped silhouettes onto the pattern backgrounds. Even this, I could have shown you this actually as well, couldn't I? The butterfly, no line around it, simply stamp onto the ombre paper, die cut around it, boom, done. Okay, so you're very welcome, everybody. Thank you, everyone's thanking me. Thank you for joining me. Let me find somebody to win. Where am I? I believe, hang on, I need to do this. I'm on Facebook, so let me just see. I'm just scrolling, and I'm going to go to the nearest comment where somebody answers about their favourite thing that other people don't like. So bear with me. Oh, hey, Anita Snell. I recognise your name because I think you watch quite regularly. She says she has cow parsley growing in her garden. I believe this is cow parsley in the silhouette image there. And she loves it. The flowers are so pretty. Yes, they absolutely are. And congratulations, Anita. You have won. I'm just going to like that. You have won the collection, the entire collection. Contact us at CraftStash, customer services at craftstash.co.uk. Let us know that you've won from this live. Now, if any of you want to be in with a chance of winning the stamp and die set that coordinate, that's the butterfly ones where the butterfly die cuts out the butterfly stamp and so on, you can enter to win that over in the CraftStash chat group. So if you head over to Facebook, just type in CraftStash chat, it will come up as a group. You can apply to join if you haven't already, and pinned at the top of that group is going to be how you enter to win. Really, really quick and easy. It takes 2 seconds of your time, and somebody will be contacted in around about a week's time. So that is open to everybody, whether you're watching live now or not. I think that's everything that I needed to show you from the collection. I'm really thrilled with it. I'm glad you're loving it as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be back on Friday with the lovely Sam plus Gemma as well, and they are going to be demonstrating well, it's a bit of a different live actually. It's Made to Surprise, but it's the best of 2022 from Made to Surprise. There's going to be amazing bundles and offers that you can take advantage of, and it may be things that you've missed earlier in the year because either they sold out or you didn't particularly have the budget at the time, whatever it may be. We have got lots of restocks in, lots of different bundles as well that you may not have been able to take advantage of before, so make sure you catch that. It's going to be a fun hour. That's 12:30 on Friday, right here where you're watching now. So take care everybody, have a fantastic, I was going to say weekend, it's not quite Friday yet, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you again very soon.